recording. Okay, so I have to avoid a legal snag, as it says on top, by telling you that we are recording, which I was kind of planning on making this secret, but that's fine. So, this is Chase Hoover. Some of you guys might know him. He's a fighter. Probably one of the best from Washington. And the first question I wanted to ask you, Chase, is how are you?
Pretty good. I just woke up a little bit ago, had my coffee, let my dogs outside, so it's all good so far.
Yeah, what kind of dog do you have? Dogs, plural.
Have a German Shepherd, and then we just got a Staffordshire Terrier.
Staffordshire. That's a fancy whip.
It's like a pit bull, but like a little bigger and like more jacked, I think.
Yeah. No, those are great dogs, and you can have them in a apartment complex, and you just say it's not a pit bull, and you're all good. So now I got a few questions that I wrote down, but I don't need to have it for this question. Now, you're from Enumclaw, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what I'm about to ask?
I've got a good idea.
How do you feel about Mr. Hands?
He's kind of the unofficial Enumclaw mascot, I feel like. I remember when I was a freshman, I think, which was like, a year or two ago in high school, these kids from like Buckley, which is the town, the next town over, like there's a bridge kind of separating us. They like did some hooligans from there, kind of graffitied all over the school. They put like horse fuckers or something on there. So I just kind of roll with it, I was waiting for somebody to kind of bring it up. It's I think right now, the top stars in Enumclaw are Mr. Hands, me, and then probably Casey Kane is the third one there. Probably in that order too. I'd give myself number 2.
Yeah, you're above Casey Kane, definitely. I mean, he drives a car. I can drive a car. Like that's not a sport. I mean, now I'm gonna have the NASCAR people on me, but whatever. They don't. Most of them don't have computers and they can't write, so I'm not gonna worry about that. So, Mr. Hands is somebody who's obviously special in your life, just because he's a legend. He's made. Really, he's changed my life. I know that. Changed my life when I was showing that video when I was like I was probably 19 and just really opened my eyes. So anyways, we're going to get off the subject of the guy who got fucked to death by a horse because you're a professional fighter and I want to take this seriously. So one question that I was asked by a lot of people to ask you is, and I'm not sure I understand the context of this, do you prefer top or bottom?
Probably bottom. I'm just kind of lazy and like, I just like to let stuff happen,
Okay. And what about in a fight? Do you prefer top?
Same. I'm just kind of lazy. I'd like to be on my back. Just let these guys do whatever they want, and I just, work with
it. So I've seen you pull guard, and that is something. Is that something that you would actually focus on before a fight and think, I want to pull guard and just drag this guy down to the ground, or is that something that you do when you got to get there?
It's more when I think that my takedowns are going to be better than they are, and then they're really not. And then I'm just like, all right, fuck it. I don't want to be standing up anymore. Then I jump on him,
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you for that. I would jump into a man's arms too if he was strong enough to hold me.
It's more jumping on like at his hips, That's really the key to it, I think.
And you just kind of get him to bend over because he's uncomfortable, or because that would be weird to me if somebody jumped into my hips.
Yeah, for sure. You just make a little eye contact. You guys both know what's going on, and then you just kind of go from there. It's a lot of body language stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Now, have you ever kissed someone from top mount?
Let me rack it up. Rack the old brain here. My girlfriend, probably. I'm sure. Anybody else? Maybe. It's a strong maybe.
Okay. All right.
Probably some dudes, unintentionally or otherwise.
It just happens sometimes in the moment. Like there's a passion about it. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not. Uh, who has smelled the worst? Like out of everyone you fought, is there somebody who just smelled terrible?
Everybody's been pretty like cleanly so far. I actually used to train with some guys that would like very intentionally, like before a jiu-jitsu tournament or like before a fight, they would like after weigh-ins like not shower at all and just like try to smell as bad as possible. And I was like, oh, I don't understand that. Like,
I do.
like the worst thing I'll do is like once my hands are wrapped, like if I have to go to the bathroom and like go pee or something, I just won't wash my hands. Cause I'm just hoping like there's something on there that like if there's any like transmission that they get.
So that's not even like to give you an edge in the fight. That's just to like hopefully give them a disease or.
Yeah, I mean it's like what is it like chemical warfare, biological warfare, something like that. But also though with the hand wraps on, like you can't just wash that. You can't get water and all the little the gauze.
That's true. So every fighter has penis residue on their hands going into a fight. Then.
The male ones at least, yeah. That's my guess.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point.
I mean, some of the ladies for sure.
Oh, here I thought I was going to break you. All right, back down to earth. What was your favorite subject in school?
Ooh, I think I'm a big like history guy.
Okay. And that makes sense because I saw you once say that Stalin was the greatest leader of the 20th century. And I'm wondering, what did you mean by that?
I think that's a incorrect quote. I was thinking more Mao Zedong.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, he just did stuff really efficiently.
I don't think anybody has ever eradicated the sparrow faster than Mao. So
or his own people.
Yeah, but he that was an accident. He didn't. I mean,
he still did it efficiently though.
Yeah, well, that was very efficient for sure. And actually, you corrected me one time on a history thing, and I almost blocked you on Twitter for it. Because I said that people. I think I said people in the Stone Age died at like 29, and you're like, actually, you idiot, and like went off on me for 6 hours or so. You were just repeatedly. I mean, that's how it felt to me anyway. So I haven't forgotten that shit. Did you laugh the first time you heard someone say BJJ?
Yeah, I think it sounds stupid. Like I don't know. I think it sounds dumb to say it like that. And also, you just throw an extra letter on BJ and it's kind of,
Well, I mean, blowjob, jitsu, whatever. I am very. I want you to know that. I got another fan question. This is from probably my biggest fan, Aaron Bronstetter. You might have heard of him. He's a huge fan. The guy messages me for advice every day. He asked, "Do you know the band Creed?"
Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look them up, and then I would probably know.
Well, they're the ones that they're like, "Can you take me higher?" And it's like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, fucking Aaron Bronstetter predicted I was going to end up singing that, and then it happened because you didn't know. I figured you would know it. What kind of music do you listen to?
A lot of rap, actually. Believe it or not. Being the whitest kid in the UFC, probably.
Well, I mean, kid, yes, but I'd say Ben Askren, who has come forward and finally started being a father to you,
Mm,
is well, and Ben Rothwell too. Both of the
mm,
Wisconsin guys. Like Ben Rothwell's probably the whitest human being on earth. I mean, he's very pale and hairy and has great nipples,
mm.
and which I think we all know. So with Ben Askren, I saw you trying to change a tire,
Yeah,
and you were using the steel T-bar tool. You're from Enumclaw, and you
yeah.
can't change the lower tire. Is that true?
A lawnmower tire. I've never had a lawnmower that was like a riding lawnmower. So
Okay.
I'm not a I'm
Most.
not a rich guy like Ben. You know, it's kind of yeah.
So do you have like a horse or something that mowed your lawn?
I had this shitty lawnmower that we had for probably like I think it was the only lawnmower we had growing up, and it's just the one that I still use. Well, up until like probably 6 months ago, and it was just a piece of shit. Like one of our dogs chewed off the little like handle that you use to start it, so I like tied a stick around it with the remaining string, and like it was on its last legs, and hmm.
So you did do some mechanical fixing. I mean, you used a stick that's what's the word? Something about is it isationals or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
like MacGyver, you know. I've seen some clips of that.
yeah, yeah. So that's actually pretty impressive. And then, but the weird thing is, you then reached for a steel T-bar tool. I mean, I don't understand that.
Mm.
You, uh, either way, we're all good at something. So we went through Joseph Stalin, and boy, we've gone through that. Oh, have you ever been in a street fight?
Uh, no, not one. Um, Actually, though, I remember sixth grade camp. Essentially, they have little cabins of these sixth grade kids. Same sex, obviously. Uh, no boy girl mix. They don't want anything happening too early. But
Is that
essentially, there's what's up?
was that Cispus? Camp Cispus?
No, it was like Camp Seymour or something.
Gotcha. Sorry, go ahead. Finish your story.
Uh,
I'm sorry.
but essentially, they give like a couple of high school kids each like cabin or whatever. So there's probably like maybe 20 cabins. So it's hard for the teachers to like keep an eye on what's going on. And essentially our two high school kids pretty much like we're like, okay, we're gonna throw these mattresses on the ground and then you guys are gonna like fight each other for our entertainment. And I was like, all right, I'm in.
Did that really happen?
Yeah, it did actually. Minus the like hitting each other because they probably didn't want any like bruises or anything. Like, uh, but I was already full into training by then, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it."
You might have a legitimate court case.
It's all
That's
right.
child abuse.
They were underage too, so I think it's all good. Water under the
Fair
bridge.
enough. Fair, fair enough, man. So I wanted to get your thoughts on the upcoming fight. Habib Nurmagomedov and Justin Gaethje. You know, he's got a weird J in there. In which round do you think Justin Gaethje's going to tap?
Ooh, hopefully, I don't know, like the sixth round. You know, once the fight's over, they're done. They're going back to the hotel room. They have a nice little dinner, and then they kind of go from there. Um, I don't know. I always root for the Americans. Um, Probably from like because of like Rocky and stuff like that. You know,
Okay.
the whole Cold War thing. I always want all the Americans to win for the most part. At least when they're fighting Russians.
This is number one bullshit. I've got Habib in that fight all the way. I've got Habib if he was to fight John Jones and like Daniel Cormier at the same time. Like
Mm.
I would take Habib against the entire American army. Uh, and Air Force. Like they could bomb him in Dagestan right now. Habib's going to take down at least one stealth bomber, no question. So you were either the first or second fighter to fully embrace the KO fellatio method. What is it about fellatio that you enjoy so much?
Well, I'm always a giver, you know. I just like to be a nice guy and just kind of, you know, like I'm not selfish about stuff like that, and I just kind of do it for everybody else, you know. I think.
Oh.
I think that's the way you should be.
Yeah, I mean that's not really keeping in spirit with the KO fellatio method. You suck for yourself. That's what it's about. You can't
for the
let
protein.
Protein, oral fixation, all that stuff, man. It all plays into it. My brother is somewhere in this apartment right now, just like, what the fuck is going on in my living room? I can't blame him. Hey, were you pissed off when Ariel Helwani did not recognize you in the video you did with your father, Ben Askren?
Honestly, watching it back, I was like, oh yeah, you can barely see me, but it's all good. It was more like the first time that he interviewed me. There was like one of his questions where he was like, so what do your friends think about what you do? Do you have any friends? And I was like, oh shit, I don't have any friends. What do I say to this? And that was just awkward.
He asked if you have friends?
Yeah, I think it was kind of like an off the cuff like follow-up question, but then I was like, oh fuck. Like, how do I respond to this and not look like a loser, you know?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of hard when you don't have any friends. It's weird that you don't have friends, but I also kind of get it after talking to you. Just because
I get that a lot, for sure.
You're kind of a nerd, and one thing about nerds is they've got no social skills.
Sure.
And so that was a horrible thing of me to say, and I'm sorry because I'm sure you struggled with this all your life.
It's all right. I had little pockets, and I was the athletic one, as you could probably guess, of the nerdy kids.
I wouldn't have guessed that, but okay.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the anxiety of knowing that you may shit your pants in front of a live TV audience, and that it'd be totally normal for the sport?
I think everything is so like clenched up when you're like going in there to fight that I don't think it's possible. Besides the event of someone getting knocked out, I feel like that's the only time when I've seen it happen. But there's definitely been times going into fights where like, ooh, I really like I should have ran to the bathroom. But my gloves are already on, they're taped up, like I can't like do anything like this. You know, like any like finer movements like that. It's just too difficult, and like sometimes you go in there, you got to go to the bathroom, and you're like, all right, fucking. Hopefully, I get it done early so I can, you know, run back there. But like, yeah, usually once the walkout starts, like everything's all clenched up, and you're, you know, you're kind of along for the ride, and whatever happens, happens.
So you've never shit yourself in front of people like that?
Not in a fight, at least.
We've all shit the bed once or twice, man. Thank God I had pajamas on this morning. It wasn't this morning. It was like a week ago. I had eaten some chimichangas for late night snack. You know, you ever do like 4 chimichangas in the middle of the night and cover them with cheese and hot sauce?
Is a chimichanga just like a fried burrito essentially? That's my understanding.
Well, I don't know. It comes in a little blue thing. There's 8 of them, like from El Monterey, and I don't know what the difference between a chimichanga and a burrito is.
I'm more into their burritos because it's like a softer tortilla shell.
Yeah, you seem like the type of person who likes soft stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty soft myself, so.
that's actually leads into another fan question.
Oh.
Have you ever become aroused in a fight? I didn't ask that. I want you to know that. I'm
Well,
curious.
technically, you did ask it. You just asked it right now, but
Yeah, likes a smart ass.
uh, not personally. I mean, the cup would hide it probably. Be peeking out the top a little bit, but the cup usually would hide it. I think. I think the probably the most sexual moment I've had in a fight was we were grappling, and this dude and I ended up in like north south basically, which is like a 69 but like a little higher.
It's awesome.
And then he scooted down a little bit, and I was on the bottom. I was doing like my upside down stuff. You know, I like bringing my head or like my feet towards my head, kind of going inverted a little bit. But then, like you can usually not hear that much. Like in a fight, I feel like everything's kind of like dulled. But I remember just hearing like people in the crowd start laughing, and I was like, oh, I guess it does look like we're 69ing right now.
So you had that thought in the moment.
Yeah, for sure. It's like I feel like so much of the time you're just on autopilot, and there's these like little things that kind of break it up, at least for me. And it's just like, oh, all right, I guess I'm gonna try to get out of this.
Well, I think that's kind of enlightening because I think when you watch a fight, people kind of wonder like, do they know like that dude's head is right, like he could suck that dude off right now. So I
Yeah,
mean, you do know when you're like in position to fillet, and that's
yeah,
good.
it's always in the back of my mind, you know. It's like
So
little like light bulb flashes. The same way I think about it when I get like in a position for like a submission or something. It's just like, oh, I could do that right now if I wanted to.
so so you think about submissions in the same way that you think about fellatio, which is, I mean, that's how a fighter should be, I think.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
I've got a couple more questions. We've spent a good chunk of time. I don't want to take up your whole morning, so I'll throw some rapid fire at you. Have you ever checked anyone's oil?
Not intentionally,
Okay, so it's happened, but you didn't mean to.
probably.
Have you ever smelled your thumb or anything after?
Uh, no, I don't think so. No, I would try to avoid that.
Okay, all right. Well, do you believe in Australia?
I've never been there, so seems like a cool concept though.
Yeah, I mean the idea of it's cool. Um,
Yeah, it's like California, but
there's nothing cool about California.
I guess more like more Arizona, you know, more Arizona weather.
Yeah. And just as many things that want to kill you.
For sure.
Probably more in Australia. Like have you ever heard of the duck-billed platypus?
Indeed, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a little tiny penis on one of their arms, and it's poisonous. And if they sting you with it, you will die.
Mm.
That's a fact. Another question. This is a fan question from an Australian.
Okay.
Would you kiss a dude from Australia if he was 25 and had a good body?
Well, does he have a good face though? Too. That's my question.
I think he would have said he had a good face if he did.
That's true. I'd have to see. DM me and we'll go from there.
All right. Well, that would be some Australian, so I'll let him know. He's probably not even
I'll
really.
have to read it like upside down or something probably. So.
Yeah. Well, that was trippy. You just changed sideways on my screen, man. I thought I was on acid. Who wins between a grizzly bear and a gorilla?
I think gorillas are way stronger. I think it'd fuck up a grizzly.
No, that's a stupid opinion. Which fighter would you most like to KO fellatio?
Probably Connor because that's the money fight, you know. I'm getting pretty close to fighting him anyways, so I figured this will be the first recorded time of me calling him out, and you know, once he gets done with Dustin, I'm here for him.
Oh man, you are gonna put yourself on the map with that. And to be honest, Connor's a pussy. I think you can take him. Um, do you talk shit at all?
Only in like a fun way, you know?
Okay. All right.
That's
So,
more my speed.
so if I fed you a line to say about Connor, and then I edited this to make it look like you said it, seriously, you would be upset.
Maybe. Probably not. I don't really get upset. Besides when people call me mean names on social media.
Oh yeah, that sucks, dude. That sucks.
For sure.
I think. Oh, one more. Two more. Sorry, two more. I got two more questions. Which animal would you most like to have at your side if you were to go and have to fight the greatest fighter of all time, Habib Nurmagomedov? Hope beats Justin Gaethje.
Probably like maybe like one of the monkeys that had like AIDS, so that way I'll know at least when he beats me up, he's gonna have something to like, remember me by. And he's gonna have to deal with. I think. I think South Park said that AIDS is funny now, like it's been long enough. So hopefully I don't get a lot of flack over that.
Don't worry. There's like 15 people who are going to watch this interview. And none of them are going to care like if they're watching this. I had one more. Where to go, man? Sorry, I got these notes next to me that I've been using because I wrote them all down, and they're terrible questions. I don't know why I wrote them down. I could have made them up on the fly better than this. But yeah, that's all. Oh, who's the biggest fucking asshole in MMA? Like someone who you just cannot stand,
Ooh.
other than Danny Askren.
I'm gonna be honest. I was not a huge fan of Ben before. I was definitely rooting for Damian Maia at the time.
No shit.
Yeah, I was kind of conflicted because of the hair thing, but I don't know. I was like jiu-jitsu guys. I don't know. A lot of the Russians are pretty like I don't know. They just act like they're better than you and shit.
Well, they are. I mean, they are.
I mean, not in like gi jiu-jitsu though. They're all doing like sambo with their shorts on and shit.
That's a good point. I mean, and sambo, like that's just a stupid name for a martial art. I'm not talking bad about the martial art form itself, but it sounds stupid. Like sambo sounds like a dance you would do at like an old home in Tijuana. Like,
yeah. I wonder why they would wear shorts if they're in like one of the coldest places in the world. That doesn't add up to me.
We do know that Russians are not smart people, just in general. There's a couple. I mean, I'm not trying to generalize, but they're down there with like, I don't know, Canadians in terms of intelligence. Terrible people. Anyways, Chase, I thank you for your time. I don't want to take up your whole day. I kind of do, but I won't. Your hair looks, I mean, it's not going to look any better.
Yeah, so I haven't taken a shower yet. Once I do, I'll fix it.
I took a shower today for the first time in like literally 6 months.
Nice.
Every once in a while, I dip my hair underneath the faucet, and I'm like, yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah, you got to keep the grease level up.
Yeah, well, that's how you style it. So, anyways, Chase, I'm done with you. You can stop talking. This has been fantastic. I hope. And I thought I'd have some cool thing to say when I exit, but honestly, I'm probably just going to hang up on you. So,
yeah, that's all right. I'm used to that.
Well, I do appreciate you coming on here to this. This is called the Chase Hooper Show with your host, Booger. That name's going to go well with the testers. Yeah. This is the most awkward part. How do I get off here, Chase? How do I stop this?
I think we honestly just keep talking until like one of our internet connections goes bad. Really. That's how most of my other interviews go.
How long is a typical interview?
Honestly, sometimes people will ask me to go on their podcast, and then it's like fucking 2 hours. and then my girlfriend's just not a fan of that because she's trying to do shit, and I'm just like, hold on, I'll be done in like another 45 minutes. But other ones have been like 15 minutes probably. So
what the fuck do you talk about for 2 fucking hours? I can't do anything for 2 fucking hours.
It's more the people that like kind of hijack it. Like they go into like asking questions and then they just like go on and like talk about some shit for themselves, and I'm just like, all right, that's cool. I'll just hang out.
Have I done that?
Huh?
Have I done that today? I don't even know. I've never done this before.
No, I remember there was an interview where the dude literally made me like, I think he did like a live show or something. He literally made me wait like a fucking hour after I was supposed to start my interview. And then he like did that thing where he essentially like would ask a couple of questions and then just ask more questions as he would like make statements. Or I was like, oh yeah, yeah. And then he'd be like, oh, and then just go on a fucking tangent about it for my like 2-word response. And it was yeah, that was a good time.
So he's a narcissist. Like, I'm much more entertaining than you personally. Like, I'm funnier and better looking. But the people still, you fight. And so, like, you're the guy who's supposed to do the talking, I think.
That's my one redeeming quality, I feel, is that I'm willing to take a beating on live TV in my underwear.
I'll take a beating too, if you know what I mean. I'm talking about people like beat me off. That's never happened. I'm a virgin.
It's all good. Save it for marriage or whatever.
No, I don't. I'm not sexually active, and I never will be.
Like Jesus.
No. I have very deep emotional problems, and so no, I could never be. I mean, I can suck a dick though. Well, Chase, we've gotten a call out for Connor, which I think is a great fight, especially now that he's 170 pounds.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I'm not that far behind him. Believe it or not.
No, you told me. I don't know if I can say this. You told me you walk around at 170-ish.
It's 210 actually.
210. 210. Is that counting the weight of both of your fucking gigantic balls, right? like what's going on? There's no way. That was appropriate.
No, I'm not 210.
Yeah.
I'd say 170 is on the low side right now, but.
Right on. You did look kind of fat. I wasn't going to say anything, but you're kind of puffy in the cheeks there.
I prefer thick with the C's, for the kids.
The 2 C's, like your Jesse Jess?
Yeah, 2 or 3. Well, I could probably add another C on there.
Okay.
That's why I don't take my shirt off at the pool.
At least you have the balls to go to the pool. I don't. I'm afraid I'll drown. So, I'm curious, before I let you go here, can you hear my brother back there? He's being an idiot.
I can't. No, the mic must be pretty good because I'm not getting any like outside feedback.
Oh, he was literally back there a few minutes ago just telling me to talk about jerking off more. And I'm like, trying to ignore him. Anyways, really though, I've got to find a clean exit. So I'll sum things up for everyone who skipped to the end to figure out what's going on. Chase Hooper is fighting Conor McGregor. We now know that. That's confirmed. He's never checked someone's oil on purpose, but if he does accidentally, doesn't smell the thumb, which I would. Prefers bottom. I mean, we got all sorts of stuff. You like to be on bottom when you're checking people's oil. You don't smell. I mean, this is great. Mr. Hands. Was I the first person to bring that up in an interview?
I think so. Yeah. I think other people try to remain too like professional about it. I'm trying to take the like just accept it to the point where people don't think it's funny to like joke about it because you're just like you'll just get too weird about it, like, like too into it. Um
I am into it.
Really, I'm just hoping this goes better than like when Adesanya made that like 9/11 joke. I'm hoping it doesn't turn into that type of thing. Um,
I think people know. You got a sense of humor, and I don't think you said anything about Adesanya style, like anything in the Adesanya style.
yeah,
Uh, he wants that reaction. Like,
true.
that's what he's going for, man. Although the saying Habib might lose to Justin is pretty fucked up, but
Well, I also just bought some of his coach's like gloves, those hella expensive ones. So I'm hoping that product is good enough to win a belt.
now who is Justin Gaethje's coach? Wait, is it Connor's coach?
No, it's Trevor Whitman.
Trevor Whitman, doesn't he work with who the fuck does he work with? I don't know shit, dude. I'm a casual.
Uh, I more just know because of like his company or whatever that makes all the training gear. I think he's with Rose. Rose goes and
Okay.
trains with him a little bit. Usman's there right now for the
Don't
Burns
like him.
fight.
Don't like him.
I was because my debut was 245. Like people were roasting me when I was saying that I thought Usman Covington was gonna be a boring fight if they just wrestle each other the whole time. And like people were like, "Oh, imagine being a UFC fighter and a casual at the same time." and then you watch the Masvidal Usman fight, and then I feel vindicated.
Well, yeah, yeah, that was pretty terrible. And it's weird that Usman was able to break his hand on Masvidal's penis. I don't know if you saw that, but he grabbed his penis, broke his hand right there, got a 6-month medical suspension. Kind of amazing. Um, it says a lot about Jorge and the power of Viagra, because I've heard rumors that he does pop Viagra before fights.
Yeah, I don't
As a-
think that's illegal in competition. I think it's all right.
well, I mean, whether or not it is, I'm not going to tell anyone.
Oh,
Uh,
here, I'll get my little. This is a fun behind the scenes thing here. Uh,
Shit.
just when when you get into the UFC, they send you this nice. Oh shit, it's falling apart. But this nice USADA wallet card,
Oh shit.
which you open it up, and it's got all the things you can take and all the things you can't. It's like probably 13 pages
Are you fucking kidding me?
that all fold up. And this is with the one having already fallen off.
Now, does Jeff Nowitzki sign that for you or anything? Because
uh, I've seen him though. I've seen him in person once. He was really tall. I was gonna ask him to sign something, but I didn't have a Sharpie. And I also didn't want to get randomly drug tested, so I figured I'd stay away from him.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I heard all those rumors about you and the bath salts,
Yeah.
um, which stay away from that shit, dude. You're too young to be messing around with bath salts. Uh,
Yeah,
you can
maybe
get
in a
way better.
couple years.
Yeah, whatever. That's fucking strange. I don't know why they'd like if they put them on the same card, like the things that you can take and the things you can't. I don't want to generalize.
Mm.
Most MMA fighters are not bright. I think the biggest example of that is probably Stephen Thompson. There is no way that Stephen Thompson is going to be able to differentiate between what he can and can't take if they're so close together like that. And the
Mm.
print is, and Stephen Thompson, I think he's 46, 47 years old, doesn't see well to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah, the font is a little small. But they do have the red for bad, and then they have the green for good. But again, that's just kind of generalizing that people would know that.
Yeah, and what if
But
they're color? line.
Yeah, for sure. I think you can just call them. You can just be like, "Hey, can I take can I take steroids, USADA?" And there's like, "You know what? Not right now, unless you have an exemption."
If it was legal to use steroids in the UFC,
Hmm.
would you do it?
I think I'd have to. Um, I'd say I don't know. I think it's like bodybuilding, like how they have clean bodybuilding and they have super steroid bodybuilding. I think that people don't care about the clean sport if you can do whatever you want. So if everybody did steroids, then nobody'd watch the clean MMA. I think. So yeah, I'd do whatever I had to do to not get ripped in half, literally, by some juiced out dude.
I have actually always had the idea for baseball specifically, but it could work for MMA. Why not? Like baseball's always trying to get rid of steroids. You're
Hmm.
never going to do it. Why not just say, look, if you get caught taking steroids one time that you have not disclosed that you're taking, it's a lifetime ban. So I know you could take whatever you want, but you have to disclose exactly what it is.
Hmm.
And but if you get caught even one time taking the wrong thing, lifetime suspension. Um, and then because like dude, baseball's way more fun when like guys are juiced out of their minds and they're hitting
Hmm.
700-foot home runs. And uh, I think MMA would be better if like guys like Fedor, who was clearly roided out of his mind, you could tell by those beautiful duds he had.
Yeah.
uh, like once they started saying Fedor no more steroids, that was it. He would have lost to Charles Bennett at the end there. I could have beaten him. uh, no, well, that's true. Yeah, so that's just my opinion.
Hmm.
Everybody should do steroids, especially you. Uh, you could fight it like you could fight at heavyweight with your frame if you were on steroids. Oh man, it'd be awesome.
I do have very broad shoulders, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of a pencil neck, but other than that, uh, well, all right, Chase, I'm really done this time. Thank you so much.
All right.
I'm sure Bruise MMA will appreciate this. I appreciate it, and go cut your hair or something.
All right, we'll do. I need to shave too, so I'm good
Now,
with that.
keep that, man. It makes you
All
look
right.
like an adult. All right. Well, have a good day, man.
All right. You too.